Okay, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here to give you the solutions for the Circles Proofs Day 1 homework. Okay, so the givens in number 1, okay, segments AB is congruent to FE and BC is congruent to DE. Those are my givens. Now, those are chords, okay, which are going to intercept congruent arcs. So arc AB will be congruent to FE and BC will be congruent to DE by congruent arcs, okay? And then I'm going to use addition, partition, and substitution to piece together the arc ABC with the arc FED. Once those are congruent to each other, the segments AC would be congruent to FD because congruent arcs have congruent chords. So in number 2, we're actually talking about the actual measurements of the angles. Given angle C is 45, okay, that makes arc AB 90 because the inscribed angle equals half the intercepted arc. So if the angle is 45, the angle is twice, the arc is twice the angle. So that would be 90. Okay, so that makes angle AOB 90 degrees because the central angle will equal the measure of the intercepted arc. Okay, and we just above that said the arc AB was 90 degrees, so the central angle must be 90. And if that's true, then OB must be perpendicular to OA by definition of perpendicular. Okay, number 3 is kind of like the one we had in the notes. Okay, a little bit different, but similar. Okay, DB is tangent at B. Okay, C is the midpoint of AB. So AC and CB, those two arcs, are congruent to each other. Okay, by definition of midpoint of an arc. Okay, now if I look at angle 1, that's inscribed, so that's half of its arc. Okay, if I look at angle 2, that's 1/2 of CB, 1/2 of its arc, because that's a tangent and a chord. Okay, so angle 1 must be congruent to angle 2 because they are halves of congruent arcs, which must be congruent. Okay, in the notes, we had halves of the same arc were congruent. Here, they're both congruent, the two arcs, so halves of each of them, they must be equal to each other. So that's how angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Okay, and in number 4, okay, so PR and QS are congruent to each other. Okay, and we need to get PQ, that smaller arc, congruent to SR or RS. So we're going to be using subtraction, similar to how we did addition in number 1. Okay, so segment PR and QS are congruent. That means the arc PQR and SRQ are congruent chords of congruent arcs. Our QR is congruent to itself by reflexive, and then using subtraction, partition, and substitution to get those two arcs PQ and RS congruent to each other. So just take a look at that. Make sure you understand the subtraction, partition, substitution sequence of statements. And also in number 1, it was addition, partition, and substitution. Okay, so there it is. So those are the solutions to your first